guys, it's me, Bean. I'm a very cozy streamer. I never curse, yada. Sorry, I'm wildly unprepared for this. I feel like I just wanted to chat with you guys a little bit, because I feel like maybe that's something I could do more often, a little bit outside of stream like this. Usually when I feel like there's something on my mind or something, or we're talking about something already on stream that comes up, I'm not as good at putting that into text, like into writing. With talking, you can hear a lot more nuance and, feel like you can get to know someone a lot better. First of all, I just want to say, I hope I say this enough. And I'm sorry I'm going to get sappy with you guys for a bit, because that happens, okay? I can deal with it. I'm so glad, if you're watching this, that you somehow found me in the insane hole of weirdness, black hole of weirdness, the, pocket of holding that is the internet when it comes to, just the sheer amount of people that we, meet online. Another thing, for example, is just like how small our world is, like time and time again. Other people that watch my streams, for example, this is just an example, also know of another person that I know about, and they don't know that, the other person that they're watching is a friend of mine, for example. That happens all the time, and I love that. A part of what I love so much about streaming. A homie of my homie is my homie, right? And then we all can support each other and lift each other up. That's just something I just want to... I don't know. I like thinking about it. I like talking about it, because it really feels like... And to get sappy even more so, streaming has changed my life. I have always been a very... I don't know if I'm rather... Well, when I was younger, I thought I was an introvert extrovert. Now I would more so say the other way around. I'm an introvert first and foremost, but I'm also extroverted. But I'm only extroverted with people I feel comfortable with. People that I feel like get me and understand me, don't judge me for how I am and who I am. A little mannerisms and, a weird language and my, sailor ass fucking language I use all the time. That's how I am, and thank you for accepting that and accepting me as a person with all my flaws and failures, that's something that pretty much all of us can relate to, right? I like pretty much any other streamer struggles with, thoughts of self-doubt. Like, am I doing it right? Am I doing enough? Am I enough? Am I gonna get there? Wherever there is? You never know that. And the future is uncertain. But I do know that the travel there, that is... you can make a joke out of that, right? The real treasure is the friends we made along the way. But that is true. I feel like it's really easy to slip into, I think you know what I'm talking about, like partner, right? I see a lot of people around me getting partnered, and they deserve it so fucking much, dude. Let me preface this by saying, you grow yourself as a person and as a content creator by uplifting others. Me, and I'm not like invulnerable to that, right? What is someone else doing that I'm not doing, for example? It's really easy to fall into comparing yourself. But what I want to say is, when you catch yourself doing that, and I'm saying this to me too, when I catch myself doubting myself, comparing myself to others, I'm also a person, right? I also have goals. Everyone has goals. Most of us have goals, at least. How we get there is different for everyone. And sometimes it can take years, and sometimes it takes people, a year or something, or even faster. And I think that's fucking amazing. Like, everyone's story and journey when it comes to streaming, it is different, and everyone grows at their own pace. And I think it's really important that you grow at the pace that you're supposed to be going, right? Sometimes people grow really fast and they get really overwhelmed, and that's too much. Sometimes people know how to handle that perfectly fine. There's other times where people have that and it drowns them because they don't know how to handle it, or it's they get burned out, or they overwork themselves because I think our biggest critic is ourselves, and I'm pretty sure that that is like common knowledge for most people. Like, your number one hater could is often you, right? Like, everyone else can be like, oh, you did such a good job, you did great, I didn't know, you should be proud of yourself. But as long as you don't feel good about what you're doing, right, or you're doubting yourself, sometimes it doesn't matter what other people say, right? I'm basically touching on a bunch of stuff that's been just really going around my brain. I mean, it's something that I'm always thinking about, and this is a conversation I have with myself basically whenever I catch myself feeling like, oh, maybe I'm not doing enough or good enough, or maybe it's me, maybe I'm the problem, or well, there is no problem. All I'm doing is nourishing and growing a healthy, fun environment that is welcoming, accepting of any person regardless of their gender, race, identity, and we try to stay as free as we can from any form of hatred. I want my streams to be basically what they already are, and that means that I've already achieved the goal. And it can only get better from here. We already have such a warm, welcoming, supporting, respectful, appreciative, generous, kind, understanding. I could add so many more words. We already have that warm place, and that is, I have that warm space, that warm place, the safe space, thanks to you. I am someone who has lived with a lot of unsafety in their lives, and everyone has their own backpack. So do I. I have a very big one. That's what she said. So do I. And we all have our backgrounds, and you don't know what someone is going through. You don't know what someone has gone through. And that regardless of whatever I have going on, whatever, people have done to me in the past or have said, that I'm loved, that I'm valid, that I'm worthy, and that I deserve to be proud of myself. Maybe someone has never really told you this, or maybe you don't hear this enough, but I'm proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself. Because everything you do, every day you wake up, that for one is hard, because life throws so many curveballs at us, so many things that could just make it harder and harder to get out of bed, and I've been there for many years. I want us to have our stream to be able to have that just put on hold for a second. If you need a distraction from whatever's going on, if you need a space where you can truly be yourself, you can just laugh your ass off, hopefully, and just forget about it for a second. Be with people that are good for you and that are supportive and that want to help build you up. That is what you guys have given me too. And you often express to me that you feel this way about our streams. But I hope that you realize that you give me that too. And thank you for being that. Thank you for being safe and kind and generous and loving and giving and accepting and understanding time after time again. I just wanted to say thank you. And honestly, obviously I would love to have partner one day, right? Like everyone and their fucking mom, every other, VTuber, but most others. But may I never ever forget what streaming really is about. Making people laugh, making people forget about everything that's going on. Having something to wake up, a reason. You give me a reason. And thank you. Thank you for that. I have never had a more fun-filled, accepting, and just thoroughly healing job in a way. I do this full time, and I don't know how I got so lucky. But thank you. This is also for myself. Every time I feel like I'm not doing good enough, I need to step back and think about why we started in the first place. And in the end, for me, I'm just here to tell you to suck my ass. No, I'm just kidding. But thank you. And I can't wait to see you guys again tonight, Tuesday night, for our next stream. I think we're going to play more Oblivion. I feel like it. So, I'd hope to see you there. 18 plus, by the way. Also, last thing, my husband, I could not do this without him. I'm very, very fortunate that I can stream the way I do, and the amount that I do, and the consistency that I do. Upgrades and stuff to the stream, a lot of it is because I have an amazing fucking home base. I don't know where I'd be without them. So let's make sure that we say thanks to Marv, my husband, when we see him. I love you guys. I appreciate you all so much. So much more than I could ever express. And I hope to see you again tonight. You're so valid. You're so loved. Please, stay fucking cozy, okay? Thank ya. Beanie out. More specifically, online, I just appreciate you.